With the rise of indie game successes like Expedition 33 and Schedule 1, and the fall of AAA games like Dragon Age the Veilguard and Diablo 4, it really feels like the big studios have lost the plot when it comes to making games people actually want to play. Most AAA studios have got budgets in the hundreds of millions, teams of hundreds if not thousands of people, a marketing team, a PR team, influencer deals, ad campaigns, sponsored reviews. You get the gist. You would think they would be leading the industry, right? We've been told for years, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Well, we listened. And now those same studios are like,
hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
When indie titles are getting the same kind of love that AAA games used to get, you gotta ask yourself, why? Is it because players are tired of the same song and dance, tired of the bloatware, tired of the DEI checkbox design, tired of $70 price tags with microtransactions? Yeah, that's part of it, probably a pretty big part of it. But I think here's the real reason. Indie devs are making games that people actually want to play. So what does that mean? What makes one game stick and another one get uninstalled 20 minutes after launching it? What makes a game actually good? Let's find out. Video games at their core are just that, games. And games are supposed to be fun. I know, crazy concept, right? There's a reason why Monopoly is banned at my house.
You're kidding! Judge.
If your game feels like work, like a second job, or a menu simulator, I'm out. I almost quit Nier Automata because the intro was such a tedious slog. If I have to spend more time getting ready to play the game than actually playing the damn game, that's a problem. That's one of my biggest gripes with Elden Ring Night Rain. The game is great, I love it, but the relic management system, it feels like watching paint dry. And yet, both games still work because their core gameplay is smooth, satisfying, and rewarding. But if their core wasn't good, they'd be dead in the water. And it all comes down to this. If the minute-to-minute gameplay doesn't hook you, then nothing else matters. A good game lets you play the game your way. It doesn't matter if you're a power gamer, a story nerd, or a full-blown murder hobo committing war crimes. You want to seduce a bear in Baldur's Gate 3? Go for it. You want to sneak through the entire dungeon, steal everything, and then stab a boss in the kidneys from stealth? Go ahead and do it. There's a reason why almost every single Skyrim run ends up as a sneak archer, even if you started out as a two-handed Nord warrior or a pacifist illusionist. The game lets you experiment. A good game lets you experiment. And it rewards you for finding your own busted little playstyle. And hey, if you want to save scum every single dialogue choice like a paranoid gremlin, then that's between you and your conscience. A good game feels good to play. And I know that sounds kind of vague and arbitrary, but stick with me for a moment. I'm talking about the moment-to-moment feedback. You beat a really hard boss, give me a cool sword, a new spell, or something that makes me feel like I earned it. Find a secret area or an Easter egg, make it feel like I'm the very first person to ever step foot in there. Open a hard to reach chest, I better find something cool, not just another consumable or a handful of currency I could have farmed from a trash mob. Games that don't deliver on that feeling, they feel dead, they feel like work. No juice, no payoff, no fun. One thing I don't see addressed a lot is the difficulty of games, and for me, difficulty is really important. If a game is too easy, I'm going to lose interest and not want to play it. And the same goes if it's brutally unfairly hard. I'm also going to lose interest and not want to play it. I feel like a lot of devs either hold your hand the entire time, giving you countless tutorials on press this button to attack and press this button to dodge, or they toss you into a completely unfair boss fight where the boss has 8 bars of health and you have no stamina. A good game challenges you in a way that makes sense. You lose because you messed up, not because the boss clipped through a wall or turned into a giant damage sponge. Elden Ring is brutal, but it's fair. You have a lot of options if you find a boss you can't beat. You can grind levels, you can respec, you can cheese it. Hell, you can even leave the area and come back. The game lets you figure it out. Another one of my favorite games is Slay the Spire, and if you've never played Slay the Spire, the first few runs you're going to lose a lot, but each death teaches you something, and that's the loop. Nier Automata, that game will literally let you uninstall your own OS if you're not paying attention. Hilarious, brutal, and totally on brand. Bad difficulty isn't hard, it's just lazy. Bad difficulty is when you're fighting mechanics and not enemies, and turning bosses' health up or down or making players do more or less damage does not count as adapted difficulty, at least not to me. A big thing I think AAA studios miss the boat on is focusing a lot of time on graphics and not focusing enough or at all on immersion. And let me explain. Immersion isn't just about how realistic your leaves look in 4K HDR or how good the jiggle physics is in your game. It's about consistency. Hollow Knight pulls you in without a single spoken word because the tone is just absolutely locked in. Expedition 33, it feels like the world lives and breathes even if you, the player, are not there. When a world feels alive, even if it's minimal or just little things that change, you get sucked in. But if I feel like I'm being ganked between cutscenes, systems, and crafting menus, I'm out. One thing I think that's been declining over the last decade or so is the polish of the finished product. Is the game riddled with bugs? Does it crash on launch? Listen, I don't care how cool the concept is or how cool the story is. If the game barely runs or treats my time like garbage, I'm probably uninstalling it or just never buying it in the first place. Games should run well, they should load fast, and they should respect players' times. No 30-minute tutorials, no intro to the intro, no 10-minute walking sim just to teach me how to crouch and do basic combat maneuvers. Just let me play the game. I'm an old school gamer, and outside the instruction manual, we didn't have guides, we didn't have YouTube tutorials, we had to just kind of figure it out. So most of us just want to play the game. If your game crashes on launch and it needs 4 patches to become playable, that's not a game, that's a paid beta. So what makes a game actually a good game? Well, let's run it back. It has a tight gameplay loop that is both satisfying and rewarding to play. It has player freedom that allows players to play the game how and in the way that they want to play it. It has a satisfying feedback loop for when you do something that's hard or challenging, you get a reward that feels like it was worth it. It has a smart but fair difficulty. It has immersion through tone and world building, not just through graphics, and it respects your time. Simple formula, right? But the AAA industry has completely forgotten how to follow it. They really believe that if they just throw enough money at a game with big name actors, photorealistic grass and jiggle physics, 700 devs working on a loot system, the game will just magically be good. Meanwhile, indie devs are cooking on a shoestring budget and making games with twice the soul. Expedition 33, Schedule 1, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. These games were made by people who actually care about the gameplay and not just engagement metrics and ROI. So now I turn things over to you, the viewer. What are some games that you feel like just get it right? Games that respect your time, your freedom, and your intelligence. Drop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I make a lot of content around gaming news, build guides, game reviews, that sort of thing. So if you like that kind of content, please stick around. Thank you again for watching and have a great day/night. See ya.